Hello everyone, and welcome to the Zero Waste Kitchen, where we show you what to do with all those little ingredients that you've no idea what to do with, all those leftover waste materials that you might normally throw out. So this time, and our first video actually, we've got breadcrumbs, which is ubiquitous. It's in every kitchen. You've always got stuff left over in bags. So yeah, we're going to show you what to do with them, how to make a nice tasty ingredient to put on basically anything. So yeah, let's get started. So Sicilian breadcrumbs are a thing that I thought I made up, but it turns out that it's actually a thing that is created in Sicily from a lot of leftover kind of materials, which is great for zero waste because we get to use things that we might normally forget about or throw away. So here we got your main players. We've got the breadcrumbs. Obviously these I get from a local bakery, but you can get them from the bottoms of your bread bags. Just collect them, do not throw those out. Or you can get them just in a normal bag from a supermarket. This is parsley. You can use any kind of herb you want. Cilantro would be good too. Lemons. These are the rinds from Parmesan, which I usually use for soup stock, but here just use like the leftovers. Use whatever you got. Butter, which I like, but if you want to do vegan, olive oil also works. So step one, create your mise en place. Just want to chop out that parsley. Nice rough chop is fine. Try and keep your cutting board away from your camera setup so it doesn't shake the whole thing. You have to reframe everything all at once. Yeah, collect it in a little bowl because that's the way chefs do it. All right, now you gotta zest those lemons. Before I juice my lemons, I like to zest them all, just to keep all that zest around. Like, do not throw that out. Put it in the freezer, it lasts forever. Yeah, try to keep a hand on them. And then if you mess up in front of the camera, just like zest them really fast, like a super cool chef to make you look better. Next, use an alternate angle to keep your viewers interested, and then grate that Parmesan nice and fine. And then before you get to cooking, everything that goes in. You get breadcrumbs, you get the Parmesan, parsley, nice fine lemon zest, some chili flake if you want it, and then black pepper and sea salt. This recipe is endlessly adaptable. One thing I had lying around was the leftover oil from some sardines. Always throw those in there if you got them. It's nice fishy Sicilian flavor. So you got your butter going in first. Let it melt and get nice and foamy. I like to add a little bit of olive oil to keep the smoke point down and for a little more flavor. That's optional though. Again, if you're vegan, just use olive oil. And then once the butter stops foaming, once the water's been driven off, then you can pop in your breadcrumbs. This is dependent on how much you have, but I just use however much soaks up all the oil. Then toss it all together, make sure all that oil is absorbed. Make a few like pan flips to impress your roommates and your audience. Throw in some side angle again, just to keep everybody engaged. And then yeah, let it brown in the pan slowly on a lower heat. Taste it every once in a while, and you're gonna want to get a darker brown, nice and nutty like this. You'll taste it, you'll smell it, you'll smell that butter and the bread coming out. That's what you want. Once your breadcrumbs are nice and toasted, turn off that heat and start sprinkling in your ingredients. Here we got the lemons, which I'm adding in very slowly for the cameraman who's doing slow-mo off the camera, or in the camera. And again, make sure your heat is off, and then you can sprinkle in the cheese, which if you don't turn the heat off, it's going to clump up and be really weird, so you want it to be like residual heat so it doesn't melt all together. And then here we go with the parsley. It's the last thing really. This will like dry up into nice crispy little bits, and these things keep really well in any kind of jar. Like somehow they don't really seem to go bad, so don't worry about the fresh veg in there. And then of course you can't forget to finish with some salt to taste and some black pepper. All right, so now I've got like all these breadcrumbs. You're asking, what do I do with them? Well, the traditional thing, like Sicilian style, is to put them on top of pasta, either red sauce or white sauce, anything that needs like crunch, salt, umami, some herbs. But in this case, we got some tomatoes on some bread. Just like add a pornographic amount of breadcrumbs. This is going to add flavor and texture to everything you put it on. You're not going to regret it. And you're going to use it up really quickly. at which point you'll have to make more using all the other leftover stuff in your kitchen. Alright guys, thanks for joining and enjoy the recipe. Don't throw your stuff away. Just cook with it, add flavor, add life to your food. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Be sure to check out Roots Radicals and Bad Peach Sandwich Club. And we'll see you on the flip side.